The 9th month? I mean, where did the year go? We must have been having fun. You know, when you're having fun time. Have you been having fun this year? Yes. Well, the time has gone by so quickly. But I'll tell you this, that as we move into this last part of the year, good things are going to happen. All of our visitors, those who are here for the first time, we had some people, some first-time visitors, yes? Yes, well, great, yes, thank you. Let's give our first-time visitors a hand. And we have some other visitors too, and by the way, we have a new members class today. And so those of you who've been around a few days, you can come right on to the new members class. One of the things you learn there is about unity and philosophy and how it all works. David, welcome back. Let's give David a hand. We missed you, man. We miss you. When you don't show up, we miss you, and we're going to come looking for you. This is our watchword for this year. Jane, if you don't see you, I'm coming looking for you, okay? All right. Well, today is a day for vision, and I ask you, do you have a vision? I'll ask you, and you can answer, do you have a vision?
Yes.
That's better. Okay. Are you ready to manifest your vision?
Yes.
All right. So let's do an affirmation. I am ready to manifest my vision now. Together. I am ready to manifest my vision now. You see, you have that power. The only thing that keeps us from manifesting our vision is doubt. So we're going to get right into this. This topic of manifesting your vision is really about understanding the divine within us. Our theme for this month is alignment. And you know, as a musician, Katie, when you play a chord, doesn't it sound beautiful? Because all those notes are aligned in a certain way that creates a vibration in you that you say, wow, that's beautiful. Sometimes when I play, I play some chords that may not be beautiful. You remember the music, was it Bartok? Remember his symphony? And he created sounds that everybody like screeched it. It was like, oh my God, what is that? Eventually, I think people learn to like it. But the whole idea is whatever the vibration is that you send out can be aligned with the God mind. And when it is, you get harmony. An orchestra playing together where the music sounds beautiful. So this idea of manifesting your vision is not an accident. It is a part of God's imprint on your soul. Everything that's created is created for a purpose. Our whole life is about enlightenment, determining why we're here so that we can do what we were created to do. There's a powerful scripture from Proverbs, the 29th chapter, 18th verse, and we've heard it so many times. Where there is no vision, what happens? The people perish. When you have no vision for your life, you feel scattered, purposeless. When you don't have a vision, I mean, I've been there. No vision at all. Just floating through life like a ship on the river of time with no rudder. But with a vision, you create a vibration with God. When you're in step with the Creator, with what you're supposed to be doing, stuff happens for you. Oprah Winfrey said something powerful. She said, create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life because you become what you believe. I become what I believe. Let's say that together. I become what I believe. So everything begins with vision. Your vision is your promised land. When Moses led the children of Israel out of Egypt, they were looking for the promised land. And the promised land is that place that you want to be. Everybody has a promised land that's specific and individual to you. And that vision can align you with that promised land. And that vision can be fueled by imagination. one of the greatest powers we have is imagination, because that means that we can create a vision that does not depend on our circumstances. You know, the prodigal son story was when he was in the pig pen of life, he didn't stay there. You know, sometimes we get in the pig pen of life, we'll stay there. So my friend of mine said, you can go through hell, but just don't stay there. And so the idea of imagination now is it gives you the ability to see beyond the mountain. You know, we were going up the mountain, and at first you could only see the trees. As your imagination expands, you go higher and higher in consciousness. We come to the clear and we can see more. And one of the things you see in life is there's always another mountain, another level for you to climb, another expression of yourself to do more, be more, and have more. So if this is the case, then how do you manifest your vision? There are 4 keys. Number 1, you have to define it. You have to see it. And in our meditation, you know, meditation is interesting. It's not a one-time thing. It's not like a shot. You know, like I took a shot and I'm good. No. It's something that you learn. It's a habit pattern. And when you begin to meditate more and more, you'll find that you become more and more comfortable in it. And you are now able to see the vision that you want to be, do, or have with clarity. So the first key to manifesting your vision, you got to see it. Someone once said, you got to see it before you can seize it. If you can't see it, you can't do it. So any time that you spend determining your vision, clarity of vision says, this is what it is, this is how it looks, this is how it feels, this is how it smells, this is how it moves. When we talk about some of the great creators, they'll tell you they could see the vision in their mind's eye with such clarity. All they had to do was lay it out. You know, one of the differences between Tesla and Edison, Edison was like what I call a hatchet inventor. You know, when I was a kid, you had a carpenter, and then you had a hatchet man. The hatchet man was a guy who didn't have the right tools and whatnot. And so Edison was more of a hatchet man. He whacked at it and whacked at it and whacked at it until he found it. Tesla was a vision man. He would lay it out and he would dream and he would see the vision in his mind's eye. And so for him, inventing meant just creating what he had already seen in his mind's eye. We have that same power. We just have to take the time to define that vision that we want to be. And you see, don't let your vision be determined by your circumstances. When stuff is not going good in your life, sometimes you can get so involved in the circumstances that you can't see your own potential. Everybody in the Bible is a representation of you, and so that prodigal son is each of us in a situation where we're not happy. Has anybody been in a situation where you're not happy? Raise both hands. Raise a foot too, okay? But guess what? You don't have to stay there. You can always see yourself on the other side. Once you see that vision of Habakkuk, one of the shortest books in the Bible, there's one phrase in the Bible that you should always remember. It says this. The Habakkuk 2nd chapter, 2nd and 3rd verse, it says, write the vision, make it plain. If you can't write the vision that you'd like to see for yourself, chances are you can't do it. Write the vision, make it plain, and then it goes on to say, so that he may run that readeth it. Once you've written your vision, once you have it crystallized in your mind's eye, then now you can lay out a plan. No vision, no plan. What does the book say? When you fail to plan, what happens? You plan to fail. It goes on to say, though the vision is for an appointed time, when you have a vision, sometimes the vision itself has a life cycle. In other words, if your vision, for example, is to finish college, and my daughter's grandmother, one of her grandmothers, decided to go to college at 60. Now you can imagine what her friends said. Girl, you're too old. it's too late. But with your vision, that's not a boundary. You can see beyond that. And she went to school, got her degree, and went on for another degree. Because she didn't let people undermine her. So your vision may have a cycle of its own, but the scripture says, wait for it, it will surely come to pass. Now that's not the lay back, chilling wait. Whenever you hear the word the wait in the Bible, it's not the chilling wait. It's the active wait. It means to anticipate the results you want, to expect it to happen and do everything you can do to make it happen. God will do the rest. Does that make sense? So, clarity is power. Clarity gives you a spiritual blueprint for your life. The universe can't work with you until you're clear about what you want to do. Once you're clear, then God and all the forces in the universe can work to help you make it happen. I had a chance to meet Jeff Bezos in the late 90s. Amazon was at the book expo in Chicago, and he had this big display in the middle of the exhibit, and had these computers and everything, and he was talking about what he wanted to do. But nobody could really figure it because none of us had computers like that. We didn't dial up, so videos were out of the question. But he had a vision, and he said this. He said he wanted to make Amazon the Earth's most customer-centric company. And he had built that vision now. And look, you can't get anything without Amazon. Amazon's bringing you food. I mean, literally, they're doing medicine now. They have a drugstore, they have pharmacy. And so the idea is, when you have your vision and you're clear about it, all the universe works for you. So let's do this affirmation. I see my vision clearly, and spirit makes it real. Together. I see my vision clearly, and spirit makes it real. You have an assignment. When you go home today, write your vision. Don't worry about, I'm too old, it's too late, I'm too tired. Just write the vision that you would like to see in your life. And I guarantee you follow these steps, it will manifest. Second key, belief. Once you see the vision, you have to believe that it can happen for you. You have to know it's going to happen. Mark 9th chapter 23rd verse says something so powerful. All things are possible to him that believes. Let's change that. All things are possible to whomever believes. You know, if women wrote the Bible, they'd change all that, right? So all things are possible. So that simply means that if you believe in something deeply enough, it can happen. Belief opens the door. Belief is really another manifestation of faith. Where there's no faith, nothing happens. Nothing that you want to happen. You know, the universe is always operating. So if you don't have faith, then you get caught up in somebody else's vibration. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So whatever vision you have, if you have faith that it will happen, it will manifest. You must believe that your vision is possible and be worthy of it. This is something I'm going to delve in. Being worthy of your vision means that you feel that you deserve it. I have seen situations where people had repeated failures. Seemed like everything they tried didn't work. And finally, you know, after they tried everything else, they went for counseling. And they had a great therapist, and they brought out something. And all of that failure was really due to lack of worthiness. Because this person, this was a lady, she said that as a child, she resented the fact that she was raised by her aunt. Her mother couldn't get a job nearby, so her mother lived away and would come in on weekends. But the mother had to work to support the child and the aunt. But the child didn't understand that, because the child had a child's level of consciousness, and the child interpreted that as lack of worthiness, that my mother didn't love me. And why doesn't my mother love me? Because I'm not worthy of love. That traumatic thought had controlled her life. And so when we look at this idea of belief and faith, that worthiness is inside. And so if there's anything inside that, if you have that repeated disappointments and failure, it might be that lack of worthiness, and you can reprogram that through affirmations. I am worthy for the good I seek. Let's say that together. I am worthy for the good I seek. Even the health. I am worthy of good health. Together. I am worthy of good health. You see, you can feed your mind and reprogram it by affirmations, by prayer, by meditation. The third key is action. James 2nd chapter 26 verse says, faith without works is what? Dead. And so you have to take action. God helps you when you help yourself. Taking action is applied faith. It means you got to step out not knowing the whole story. You remember that movie, The Last Crusade, Indiana Jones, with Sean Connery? And at the end, the way it was ending, they were looking for the Holy Grail. And they came to a point where they were in this cave, and there was this great big chasm. And the only way to get to the other side was to step out on faith. You ever see that movie? And it seemed like once you stepped, all of a sudden there was a place. And then another step, another place. But that's what faith means. That means when you take action with that faith boundary, that faith basis, God will put the steps there. I step boldly into my vision. Let's say that together. I step boldly into my vision. The fourth key is gratitude. You see, gratitude means that you have to be thankful for it before you get it. That's what I talk about in the Bible. It says wait. It's really wait with a gratitudinous vibration. And so gratitude keeps you going when the going gets tough. In Thessalonians it says, in everything give thanks, because thanks prepares the way for more good. When you're grateful for half a glass of water, look at this, I got half a bottle of water. I can be grateful and say, well, I got half. There's more on the way. Or I can operate from a negative vibration and say, I got half, it's going to all be gone soon. That half full, half empty. So gratitude primes that pump that prepares you for the manifestation of your vision. It keeps you going. Just be grateful. I decided to go back to college. All right. What did you do today? I wrote a letter I sent an email asking for a catalog. So what do? Let me be grateful. Thank you for this idea of asking for the catalog. I know it's on the way. It's going to open the door for me. So this thought now of making and creating your vision exactly the way you want it to be means that there's a divine vision and purpose in each and every one of us. You just got to take the time and get it. That when you have a vision, you can be aligned with your purpose and the reason for your creation, which brings in more help. And then when you can take these 4 steps to help you manifest your vision. Clarity, see the vision. Let's say that together. See the vision. Belief. Belief in the vision together. Believe in the vision. Let's make it personal. Believe in my vision. One more time. Believe in my vision. Action. I do what must be done. Together. I do what must be done. And then gratitude. See, gratitude raises your vibration so that you attract more of what you want into your life. I am grateful. Together, I am grateful. So your vision is God's gift to you. The fulfillment of your vision is your gift to the world. You were put here for a good purpose, and you live your vision, that purpose is fulfilled. So I say go forth with clarity, belief, action, and gratitude, and just watch the miracles unfold. Can you do that? Stand up, let's close out together. You didn't see that coming, did you, Alan? I didn't either. All right. I'll say it, then you repeat after me. I see my vision in great detail.
I see my vision in great detail.
I believe in my vision totally.
I believe in my vision totally.
I act on my vision with diligence and persistence.
I act on my vision with diligence and persistence.
I am grateful for my vision
I am grateful for my vision
as it manifests in my life.
as it manifests in my life.
Always knowing
Always knowing
that the